Genghis Khan, the Mongol king. Genghis Khan, also known as Temujin, was born in the harsh and unforgiving Mongolian steppes around 1162. He is a historical figure whose name resonates with images of conquest, power, and an unyielding warrior spirit that transcends time. Few individuals in history have reshaped the world as dramatically as he did. Rising from poverty, betrayal, and exile, Genghis Khan transformed himself from a struggling nomadic outcast into the first Khagan, or Great Khan, of the Mongol Empire, the largest contiguous land empire the world has ever known. His life is a story of extremes, visionary leadership and merciless brutality, loyalty and terror, innovation and destruction. In this video, we will explore the extraordinary life of Genghis Khan, focusing on his relentless warrior spirit, his military genius, and the brutal methods he used to achieve and maintain power. The early life of Temujin. Genghis Khan's journey toward greatness began in hardship and tragedy. Born into the Borjigin clan, Temujin experienced the brutal realities of nomadic life from an early age. Life on the Mongolian steppes was defined by constant conflict, scarce resources, and fierce competition between rival clans. Survival required strength, intelligence, and ruthlessness. When Temujin was still a child, his father, Yesugei, was poisoned by a rival tribe. This event shattered his family's position and protection. Temujin, his mother, and his siblings were abandoned by their own clan and forced to survive alone in the wilderness. They lived on wild roots, small animals, and whatever they could scavenge. At one point, Temujin even killed his half-brother in a dispute over food, an early indication of the harsh moral code shaped by survival. These formative years forged Temujin's warrior spirit. He learned to endure hunger, betrayal, and fear. He mastered horsemanship and archery, skills essential to steppe warfare, and developed a deep understanding of tribal politics. More importantly, he learned never to rely on tradition or blood alone, a belief that would later shape his revolutionary leadership style. The rise to leadership. Temujin's rise to power was marked by perseverance, intelligence, and ruthless determination. Unlike traditional Mongol leaders, he promoted individuals based on loyalty and merit rather than noble birth. This earned him fierce loyalty from followers who had been marginalized under the old system. As he gained strength, Temujin began uniting the Mongol tribes through a combination of diplomacy, strategic marriages, alliances, and brutal warfare. Those who submitted were often spared and absorbed into his growing army. Those who resisted faced annihilation. Entire tribes were wiped out or enslaved as a warning to others. In 1206, after defeating his major rivals, Temujin was declared Genghis Khan, meaning universal ruler. This marked the birth of the Mongol Empire. His warrior spirit was now backed by a disciplined and loyal military force, unlike anything the world had seen. Military genius and brutality, Genghis Khan was not only a conqueror, but a military innovator. He revolutionized warfare through speed, coordination, and psychological terror. His armies used light cavalry, composite bows, and advanced communication systems that allowed them to strike swiftly and retreat just as fast. The famous feigned retreat tactic lured enemies into traps, leading to devastating counterattacks. However, his conquests were also extraordinarily brutal. Cities that resisted Mongol rule were often completely destroyed. Historical accounts describe mass executions with pyramids of severed heads built outside conquered cities as warnings. In some cases, entire populations were slaughtered to instill fear and prevent future resistance. One of the most brutal campaigns was against the Khwarezmian Empire. After Mongol envoys were killed, Genghis Khan responded with overwhelming vengeance. Cities were razed, irrigation systems destroyed, and millions are believed to have died. Scholars estimate that his conquests may have reduced the world's population by tens of millions. Conquests and empire building. Genghis Khan's empire expanded at an astonishing pace. His armies conquered vast regions, including Manchuria, northern China, Korea, Central Asia, Persia, and parts of Eastern Europe. The Mongols moved faster than any army before them, covering enormous distances with precision and coordination. Despite his brutality, Genghis Khan also encouraged religious tolerance, trade, and innovation. He protected merchants, reopened Silk Road trade routes, and promoted cultural exchange across his empire. Engineers, scholars, and artisans from conquered lands were often spared and put to work for the empire. Interestingly, Genghis Khan never allowed his portrait to be made, and his burial site remains unknown to this day. Legend says anyone who witnessed his burial was executed to keep its location secret. Genghis Khan's legacy is complex and controversial. To some, he was a bloodthirsty warlord responsible for unimaginable destruction. To others, he was a visionary leader who reshaped global trade, governance, and military strategy. The Pax Mongolica created stability across Eurasia, enabling ideas, technology, and commerce to flow freely between East and West. Modern genetic studies suggest that approximately 1 in 200 men worldwide may be direct descendants of Genghis Khan, highlighting the vast reach of his lineage. His laws, known as the Yasa, promoted discipline, loyalty, and order within the empire. In the annals of history, few figures embody the extremes of human potential like Genghis Khan. His life was shaped by hardship, betrayal, and survival, yet driven by vision, intelligence, and an indomitable warrior spirit. From a starving outcast on the Mongolian steppes to the ruler of the largest empire the world has ever known, his rise remains one of history's most extraordinary transformations. Whether viewed as a brutal conqueror or a revolutionary leader, Genghis Khan's impact on the world is undeniable. His story reminds us that determination and ambition can shape history, but often at an immense human cost. His legacy continues to be studied, debated, and remembered as a powerful example of how one individual can alter the course of civilization itself.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, consider subscribing, like, and leave a comment on what warrior you'd like to see next.